Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this 13th day of September 2023. It is a Wednesday morning. This is the morning briefing coming to you from my home weather office. And as I look out the window of the home weather office, it's a beautiful day. It's going to be a nice day throughout Northern California. Sunshine, temperatures a little bit warmer than yesterday, but still in a reasonable range for this time of year. So we'll talk about Northern California weather. We'll have the latest on Hurricane Lee here, where it may make landfall, when it may make landfall. And I'm also going to show you one of the products that I often use. People often ask me, what models do I use? What products do I use? And I'm going to show you one of the products that I use all the time on my phone, iPad, laptop, use it all the time. And they made an upgrade to it yesterday, which makes it even more awesome. And while this will probably sound like an endorsement, it isn't. I pay for it. This isn't going to be an ad, but I'll show you one of the cool products that I use all the time. But let's start with what's going on this morning. Deep marine layer along the coast. One thing I wanted to point out here is that there is a bit of smoke here in the northern part of the state. And this is coming down a little bit farther south than it has the last couple of days. We have these fires burning in the northwestern corner of the state, and today the flow is taking some of that smoke down toward the Redding area. So Redding does have a bit of bad air quality this morning. Not horrendous, but it's worse than it has been the last couple of days. That should lift out this afternoon. We'll have more of a southerly flow throughout the afternoon, helping to clear that out. But with these fires continuing to burn, and without anything in the way of additional rain coming our way, these will still be burning next week, and there is a chance we could get some north winds early next week. All right, let's just slide a little bit to the east because a couple of other things going on here. We do have cloud cover on the eastern side of the Sierra, and it's quite likely we will see thunderstorms develop, especially in Mono County this afternoon. If you're going to be having lunch at Walker Burger, perhaps, you may be seeing a thunderstorm or two. But otherwise, Northern California is going to have just another terrific day. All right, let's get to the latest on Hurricane Lee. This is the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. We're still hanging on to a major hurricane, winds of 115, moving to the north at 9. Yesterday it was 7. Its forward speed will increase as the speed of the maximum sustained winds start to decrease. But you can see the path here, and by Saturday morning, it is almost due west of Cape Cod. And this is when it gets tricky. You'll notice that if you look at the cone here, that it's almost like there's a little bit of a left jog here. I mean, look at where the cone is. I mean, this part of this is the cone of uncertainty, but look at that. There's almost this little left jog that puts all of the state of Maine certainly within the cone of where this could go, before it then starts to get ejected on Sunday and Monday out through the Maritimes. The S here, that means it's going to be a post-tropical storm. So it'll be undergoing that transformation from a hurricane to a regular low, if you will. But either way, it'll have a lot of wind and rain with it. So let me show you the latest from the North American model. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from what the Hurricane Center says. And I'll just emphasize, this is just one model. But let's give you an idea of what might be going on. This is Friday around sunset on the East Coast. And you can see the storm clearly down here, and it will start to get windy on the Cape. And as we head into Friday night, the eye of the storm is down here. The rain bands are certainly on Cape Cod. And again, I want to emphasize this isn't the solution. This is just an idea of what might be going on. This is Saturday around sunrise. Rain on the coast, heavy surf, but the flow would be more from the east and northeast. So it's almost an offshore flow for much of the coast of Maine, but that would be a nasty wind and probably eroding sort of wind on Cape Cod. That flow coming down out of the north, that Cape Cod just kind of sticks out like that. That arm right here, which means that the flow would be coming down right into Cape Cod, the type of scenario that gives you big time erosion on Cape Cod. So that's Saturday around sunrise. as we go through the day on Saturday, and this is Saturday around sunset, East Coast time. Here is the eye of the storm. This is southeastern Maine. Rain bands into New Hampshire and Massachusetts, and the storm rapidly weakening as it makes landfall here. Now, the official track from the Hurricane Center has it a little bit farther east, but I did want to show you that. But also, let me show you another product here, and that will be the winds just off the surface. Just to show you how quickly this thing will be weakening. Again, at least according to this model. Okay, so this is the winds just off the surface. And if I scroll over this, you'll see that the winds here are 90 knots. So this would likely still be a hurricane at this point. The eye would be down here, but these are the winds about 1,500 feet off the surface. Now, all of these areas in magenta, these are winds around 80 knots, goes down to the red, that's 60 knots. Yellow is in the 40 knot range, 40 to 50 knot range. So watch what happens. This is Saturday morning. As the storm begins to interact with land, you see all those magenta colors go away, and then the red colors start to go away. And then by the time we're making landfall on Saturday night, we're down to just these yellow colors. And no, don't get me wrong, this is still strong winds, sustained winds of 40 miles an hour, perhaps on the coast. But this is a good illustration of the rapid weakening that we would see as we get into the higher latitudes, as well as more shear, as well as interaction with land. So let's see what happens with that. All right. So as I said, many people ask me about some products that I use. There's a product that it's an app. I pay for it. There is both a free version as well as a tier 2 version. And what I'm going to show you is the tier 2 version. I forget how much it is a year. It's not that much. You can do it monthly, you can do it annually. It's called RadarScope. It's available as an app. It's called RadarScope. And RadarScope's been around for a long time. I've used it extensively. I've shown it to you here. It's been great for using single site radars. So in other words, for Northern California, I use the Davis radar, or I can use the Beale radar. I can use the Hanford radar, the Reno radar, Monterey, etc. So you can use single site radars, and from those single site radars, you can use the extensive products that are available. Whether it's the velocity, trying to figure out if there's some rotation, hail size, that sort of thing. So let me give you some examples of what that product looks like. And because there's something going on down here, I'm going to show you what's going on in Phoenix this morning. So this is a look at the site, and this is the single site out of Phoenix. Let me zoom in on this just a little bit more. And what you see here are the areas where they're seeing thunderstorms. They're seeing storm tracks here. These little green boxes are flash flood watches, flash flood warnings rather. And if I click on it, it'll give you all the details on the flash flood warning. You can click on this little icon here and get even more information. And then if I use a menu at the top, I can look at velocity data. There probably isn't anything in the way of velocity data here. Yeah, so there's no rotation in this. I can look to see if I use hydrometeor classification to see what this is, and this is all rain. There's a scale on this, so you can tell whether or not this is rain, snow, hail, etc. So this is all the single site radar. So what they added yesterday is a whole suite of products that goes beyond this. So let's say I'm in Phoenix today and I see this on the radar. Well, what if I wanted to see what it looked like from the satellite? Let's see if the satellite comes up. I'm going to choose the goes west, and of course that one doesn't want to come up because I'm recording. Let's do this product. Okay, so now I can show you the satellite, and I can animate this. And so now you get, so I've just shown you the radar. We still have the flood warnings on here, and you can see little cells developing here and that sort of thing. And then on the satellite, there are also all sorts of other products that are available. Um, let's see. Let's see what the veggie looks like. The vegetation product doesn't look that much different, but there are various wavelengths that are used on the, so just like on the radar, where you can use a variety of products from the reflectivity to the velocity to the hail size, that sort of thing. The same thing goes here. You can look at the various wavelengths to query various things about the on the satellite, and all of these products are listed right in here. And you can just play around with these endlessly. And yeah, I could spend all day on this sort of thing. So the other thing that that's available here is, let's say I'm a storm chaser, and I want to know what the upper level sounding looked like in Phoenix this morning. Well, I can click on that too, and here it is. So here's my upper level sounding, and shows the amount of instability. We also have all sorts of other parameters over here in terms of the convective products, what the CAPE is, the LCL is, all that sort of stuff is all available in here. The hodograph is down here. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that this product now has a wide range of products available to it, other than just single site radars. We also have a composite radar now on this. So this will look a little bit different, but now I can just zoom out and go across the country and see where there's active weather. And I found this rather interesting as I was scrolling around this morning. Let's close in a little bit on what's going on in the Milwaukee area. So this is off the composite, and these little icons here that pop up, what those indicate is that there are water spouts. So now I can, instead of looking at a composite, I can look in the Milwaukee radar and see these thunderstorms, and I can zoom in on them a little bit more. We get a storm track on these, and again, there's the little water spout logo right there. This orange box means there's a marine warning out in here, and I can also see if there's any rotation in these being picked up. Not really strong rotation, but there's enough instability there. So, like I said, this is a product that I use all the time, and with the improvements that they made yesterday to this app, I'll be spending days on this thing. So, like I said, I use it, I pay for it. It's called RadarScope. This is an endorsement. It's just kind of one of those things that I find really cool. And if you are a weather enthusiast and you want to go down the rabbit hole of all sorts of weather data that's available on a single site, this is one that I use. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. It is a Wednesday. I'll be in my suit and tie and on TV at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 o'clock tonight. Make it a great day. I'll talk to you later.